Fans are filing in here at the Rock as we get set for the Ottawa Charge against the New York Sirens here in Newark, New Jersey. We're excited to bring this one to you. Welcome inside and upstairs. Back in goal for the Sirens is Corrine Schroeder. We saw Abby Levy and Kaylee Osborne in the last game, but now they go back to their number one goalie.
She's just a big rock back there who plays such an efficient game, cuts down angles, plays aggressive. Love the way she plays. She's a technician and an athlete. Emirates Bashfire, she is a ton of fun to watch, and she has made steady improvements throughout her career. The best part about her game is how quickly she gets off the post, challenges to aggressive depth, but can then recover the crease so she doesn't get hit on a backdoor play. Really fun to watch.
Bashfire had 42 saves in a game earlier this year against Montreal. Abby Rock takes the opening faceoff, and off we go. Ottawa versus New York for the first time this season. These two teams will play again next Tuesday on January 7th. 7 p.m. game here at the Rock. Sent in from the blue line, just wide of Schroeder. Rose tries to keep the puck in and does. Sliding over Clark. Clark has space. She shoots. Oh, it ran into traffic. Backhand goes wide. A good start for Ottawa on their first shift. This is the captain, Brianne Jenner. Going to take some extra space. Jenner gets it back on the right side. Hammered away by Micah Zandy Hart, the captain of New York. Home team wearing their teal jerseys with the navy blue pants and some yellow trim. Ottawa in their road whites with maroon lettering and the big C logo on the front.
Ottawa now with their second line on. Skamura, Hughes, Serdachny. This line, in my opinion, if it stays together for a while, could be one of the best lines in the league, shift by shift. These three players are everydayers in every sense of the word.
We talked with head coach Carla McLeod of Ottawa before the game. She said, we've been mixing and matching lines through the first 5 games, but starting today, we want to see some consistency and let these girls play together. That shot goes wide, hammered from the blue line by Savalainen. Sent across the crease into the opposite end. Savalainen shrugs off a hit, keeps it in the zone. Here comes Meixner. Meixner looking for an angle. So Bob to the corner. Stepping up now, Markowski. She's got space, looking for a feed across the goal mouth. And Vanishova had it skip over her stick. 3-on-1 coming for New York. They've got numbers across. Villiers couldn't get a good shot on goal. Hobson had a goal in her last time out against Minnesota. It was her first of the season.
Always seems like when you put on a lot of real sustained offensive pressure, you wind up with a rush with numbers against.
Vanishova tries to corral it for a breakaway, but Schroeder pokes it free. Fast start to this game, Dave.
Well, Ottawa wants to establish hard and heavy early. It's one of the things I talked to a couple of coaches around the league and said early on in games, they really want to push. They want to establish what I like to call the ground game. Just get in, ground and pound, because it sets up a lot of the pretty plays that you can make later. New York started Abby Rock's line kind of in anticipation of the fact that Ottawa was going to come out with an early push to try to negate some of that physicality. But a really good start by Ottawa, who's winning a ton of races.
Ottawa is playing their first game in 10 days. Their last time out was on the 19th at Minnesota. They lost 5-2, and in that game, the Frost had a lot of the pucks. So certainly an area of focus for the Charge to try to establish a presence in the O-zone. Big hit in the neutral zone, laid by Arar. Check that, it was Harchie. Left a stick. And now Rose in her own corner. Pushed up against the glass by Downey Landry.
You know what's interesting? You mentioned Minnesota having the puck a lot in their last game. Ottawa is actually number 1 in the PWHL in terms of offensive zone time of even strength per period. They average 6 minutes and 54 seconds of even strength offensive zone time per period, tops in the PWHL, and we thank our good buddies at Sports Logic for that info.
They're very consistent. They've scored either 3 or 2 goals in each of their 5 games. Scoring offense of 2.2 per contest as Jenner steps forward. Jenner tries to get to the puck, and we got it played with a high stick.
The New York Sirens are continuing to put the pieces in place to create the identity that they want, and what Greg Fargo really wants to see is his team get pucks and go north quick. It's not reinventing the wheel, but he feels he's got the horses that can run those races, and the fact that he has got so much team speed they feel like that is a key component in their ability to defend. Now, Ottawa really pushed them early on here in the first 4 minutes in that area, but because of how quick they are, they're able to close gaps and angle very well to protect against grade A's.
Coach Fargo has been pleased with the production of the D-core so far on both ends as Teralova steps up. She lost the puck, though. Savalainen at the blue line. Sauces it to her right. Here's a shot saved by Schroeder. Picked up deep by Hughes. Back to the blue line it goes. Another whistling shot. And Schroeder a pad save. Hughes behind goal now. Gabby Hughes with 1 assist on the year. A 4th-round pick in the 2023 draft. Big hit by Allison Simpson, who had an assist against Minnesota. That 4-3 shootout loss a week ago today.
You watch Gabby Hughes play, you could just tell she's a coach's kid. She's got a smartness to her game, a coolness to her game. Just makes a lot of right plays.
Hughes was a top 3 finalist for the Patty Kazmaier Award in her college days as we get a look at the Ottawa scouting report.
So as we talked about some of the other teams commenting, a real good, hard-working, physical team is Ottawa. They try to make you make a lot of mistakes with that grind mentality. For 60 minutes on a consistent basis, they want you to make the mistakes. They want to capitalize on them. Carla McLeod coaches a lot the way the late Roger Nielsen did when he coached in the NHL for a long time. Same kind of mindset.
She said the word she hammered with her team before the game was compete. Here's a shot that goes just over the crossbar. It was Toulouche on the doorstep. Settled down by Zandy Hart across the blue line. Nyland Person. It goes wide. Picked up again by Zandy Hart down deep. Backhanded in front by Fillier. Taken away by the Charge. This is Cheyenne Darkangelo. Pushed it a bit too far. Vanashova's in the corner now. Sandwiched by 2 Sirens. Vanashova had it skip over her shoulder. Nyland Person picks it up and throws it to Fillier.
There's an example of this North quick. Get a puck into a good space, try to get out, get up ice with space.
Rebecca Leslie had a chance on a turnover. She'll opt for the safer play.
Obviously not a good pass by Fillier, but the right idea to get the puck around and going.
Zandy Hart now comes away with it. Micah Zandy Hart, an Olympic gold medalist in 2022 with Team Canada. Had a power play goal 2 games ago against Toronto. Right on the doorstep and a shot saved by Maschmeyer.
What a chance for Rosenthal. She just sat back, read it, and pounced like a cat on a loose puck and almost had one.
Some good looks for each of these 2 teams in these first 6 minutes. Mrazova, Teralova shoots and another save with the blocker hand. Schroeder stops her 3rd. Check that, 5 saves already. Make it 6. Oh, they score! I think it was Brianne Jenner and the visitors strike first.
This game has been in 5th gear since the drop of the puck. And Ottawa converts first by playing the way that they want to play in the offensive zone, and that is make you make mistakes. They got a puck up towards the blue line. What do? Throw it to the front of the net, get some traffic. Pretty safe, pretty simple. Good low shot, gets tipped on the way in. Schroeder really didn't have a chance to do anything with it as that got redirected in front of the net. But love the methodology by Ottawa. Find a shot lane, throw it to the front of the net, and let those in a grease pan go to work.
It's Emily Clark's 2nd goal of the season. The alternate captain from Saskatchewan puts Ottawa on the board first. That's the start they wanted. And New York once again finds themselves down early. Awkward collision there with Jenner. Hobson tries to tip it out. On a break now, Saunier. Saunier on the right side, a beautiful pass in front, collides with the goalie. Oh, it's tipped away by Teralova. Here's Bourbonnais. Shoots it wide, Saunier tries to pick it up. What a beautiful look. We got a broken stick down by the end line. The shot got past Maschmeyer. It was Teralova who made sure that the puck stayed out.
Oh, Saunier with a nice pass to the front of the net. And Downey Landry didn't miss by much. New York with a real good response to the shift, on the shift, after a goal scored against, which is a huge component, especially early in the game.
Breaking it out is Hughes. New York converges in the neutral zone and gets the puck back. This is Allison Simpson. Throws it over to Zandy Hart. Crosses the logo and gains the zone. Simpson now. She'll try a shot. And it's swallowed up by Mashmeyer.
Emily Clark plays a big game, plays a big role for Ottawa, and she gets them on the board. Up 1-0 early here in New Jersey.
Well, guys, we've seen that Danielle Sardagny has been playing for Ottawa, but she used to play for head coach Greg Fargo for her college team. She said it's weird seeing him on the other bench. He's one of the favorite coaches that she's ever had in her career because of his care and passion that he has for his players, which she says is evident in the way that New York has been successful this year so far. She said it's bittersweet, though, but she plans on helping her team with interesting facts about how they do their forecheck.
Great report, Julia. It was a fun conversation with head coach Greg Fargo before the game as well. He said Danielle's a great skater. She sees the ice well. And she said she likes to play with the puck a lot. We talked about how she has a balance between being high skill and also a power forward. Dave. There's a turnover on the doorstep. New York with a chance. Instead, it's back to Rock. Rock throws one in. Mashmeyer gloves it. Face-off to the left of Schroeder, won by New York. New York's done well with the face-off dot so far today. But Ottawa once again quickly gets the puck back. Aneta Teralova plays catch with her D-line mate. Stepping up now, Darkangelo, who came over in a trade from Boston about 6 games into last season. Thrown across and all the way through. Teralova sends it wide. This is Vanishova. Looking up ahead, Levis had it stripped. Vanishova with Teralova as well as Brazova, 3 players from Czechia who have played on the international stage for head coach Carla McLeod, same head coach of the Ottawa Charge.
Darkangelo, small mistake there, trying to get out of her own zone. Wanted efficient exits, but she was at the end of a shift, tried to carry.
Here's Jenner. She shoots. Saved by Schroeder. Rebound. Thrown in front. And it hit some traffic. A big first save by Schroeder. And a nice job by the New York defenders to step in the way of the rebound trance. Harmon gets smashed. Turned over right in front, shot in another save, Schroeder. She's on her backside, and the puck goes behind goal. Brazova with a golden opportunity.
One thing New York has to stop doing is throwing these long east-west passes from below their hash marks, trying to get out of their own zone. If you're going to try to get out of your own zone and you're not sure where to go, it's up the wall, off the windshield, and out. Cross ice is never a good thing. You're throwing it into the teeth of the forecheck. And it's happened 3 times for New York so far in this game. They haven't paid for it yet.
Is that a big reason Ottawa's getting the puck back so quickly?
Oh, 100%. They're sitting there in middle ice and just picking off passes and jumping routes.
Markowski down the left side. Throws it in front all the way through. Went across the crease. But Schroeder had her eyes on it. That one through the legs of Jaguar. Tries to get it by the boards, but Markowski does a nice job to steer it to her teammates. Scamora at the red line. Archie comes away with it. Eldridge throws it deep. In front, blocked and high. Fillier with a good look. Puck came in with a lot of speed. Eldridge to Zandy Hart. Finding Fillier. Snaps a shot and it's blocked. Nice job by Savalainen to step in front. Rock throws it back to Fillier. Oh, and it's through her stick. Eldridge sends it along to Rock. Rock controls. Tosses back to Zandy Hart. Fillier, right wing circle. Saved by Mashmeyer. Ottawa killing 2/3 of their penalties after a successful kill earlier. What a pass. Here comes Carpenter. She shoots and it's high and wide.
That chance is all Abby Rock, screaming for Zandy Hart to up the puck quick with Ottawa on a change.
Bourbonnais trying to step through. Eldridge comes away with the puck. New York's had much more time in their offensive zone on this power play, but still nothing to show for it. Bourbonnais down low, finds Downey Landry. Downey Landry to Nyland Person, who gets it back. Bourbonnais bobbing in front, deflected and saved again.
That was a nice slice to good area by Downey Landry. 27 and Teal for that tip.
Jinsey Rose up ahead to Rebecca Leslie. She'll circle back by the boards.
What's interesting with New York's power play, their bumper player, the player in the middle of all five, plays a lot closer to the net than a lot of other power plays you see. So what it does, it creates a double screen in front, which is great for your point players. But on the other hand, it doesn't give the flanks that middle of the ice option to throw it to the bumper and either have the bumper shoot or distribute for a better shot.
This is Markowski. Markowski keeps the puck into the corner, where she runs into Hobson. Ottawa keeping possession, though. Markowski gets it back. Tries to swivel away from Hobson, but she's smushed against the 3 shots for New York on their last power play after none on their first chance. Jenner, extra pass, away from Markowski. Less than 2:30 to go in the opening period.
Ottawa's had 2 penalty kills that have generated momentum for them.
Big shot, Bell, loose in front. Schroeder tries to cover up and does. It's all Ottawa in period number 1. Another successful kill. Visitors lead 1-0. I gotta say, I've never seen 6-person spike ball. In my corners, it's usually a 4-person game, but hey.
See, on the other side of it for the coaches, it's 6-person coffee talk.
Ottawa wins the faceoff off the side of the goal by Teralova. Again, shot out of a cannon out of the break. We have just about 2 minutes to go in this first period. With Dave Starman and Julie Stewart-Binks, I'm David Korzenowski. Thanks for joining us here on the last Sunday of the calendar year 2024. Big turnover. Fillier had it hop over her stick, though. That could have been dangerous.
So I would tell you both coaches will probably make a small point to their group about let's be real careful with these east-west passes in our own zone.
Wraparound chance, Serdachny, and Kareem Schroeder makes the save.
Also, Daniel Serdachny, you just saw a moment ago as she threatens the net on Kareem Schroeder of New York, is one of those players, big, strong, powerful, as you alluded to, a power forward mentality. Hard skill would be a really good way to describe her. I'm telling you, when I was scouting last year at the Women's World Championships, on a shift-by-shift basis, her and Gosling, who's now in Toronto, I felt like every shift of every game I watched, they did something that made you make a note.
Shot by Meixner's blocked. Greg Fargo said earlier she's a perfect mix of high skill and power forward. Do you see that as well, Dave?
I definitely see it. There's no question. I will tell you that one of the things that I think will power Serdachny's game to the next level, just through a scout's eye, she is a bigger body, so she plays with a wider base with her feet. When you watch her play, her feet tend to be outside her shoulders as she braces herself for contact or gets started or has the puck on her stick. If she gets her feet a little tighter together when she's got the puck on her stick or when she's in pursuit, I think it allows that 1-2-3 acceleration step to further enhance the big size she has, because now she's going to get places faster. To me, that's her next step.
Second overall pick in the 2024 draft. You saw some of her accolades a moment before. She was also the first ever All-American in Colgate history since they transitioned to Division I. A fantastic college career under the opposing head coach, Greg Fargo. Bourbonnais had it blocked by Meixner. New York hammering it in, and they keep possession. Eldridge drifts to the corner, and Ottawa strips it. 1 minute left in period number 1. Breaking ahead now, Vanashova. Trying to go across to Meixner, and it's tipped away by Bourbonnais. Down deep, Harmon. Stepping forward, Mrazova. Mrazova shrugs off a hit, tries to keep the puck. Eldridge comes away with it, throws it right to Harmon. Harmon backhands it in, and Ottawa goes for a change.
That was a heck of a defensive play by Eldridge. Simpson made a really good read, wrote her check out. Eldridge then read the numbers, jumped in and poked the puck off. Good spacing.
Jenner, a nice pass. Markowski had it blocked. She gets it back, though, and tosses it to the right wing circle. Moving forward now, Bell. Bell still with it. 10 seconds left in the period. Bell drifting forward. She'll shoot. And glove by Schroeder.
When you watch Ottawa in the offensive zone, especially here in period number 1, a couple things are popping out at you. Number one, a very good possession game by them. They're not just throwing pucks around, they're holding pucks to make better plays, which is one thing that Carla McLeod wants to see them do. The second thing is, I think they're winning a lot of races. They're being above pucks and winning races, which to me has allowed them to play that possession game.
That'll do it for the first 20 minutes. It's a 1-0 Ottawa lead at the break. We have intermission coverage coming your way when we return. Emily Clark, the go-ahead goal, and the difference in this one. Stay with us. You're watching PWHL Hockey.
There's been a lot of talk about creating a Women's World Junior Championships. I think it's a great idea. I think it's an interesting idea. I think that the number one thing that has to happen at the Women's Worlds is that somebody other than Canada and the United States needs to win a gold medal. Once that starts happening, you really open the door to display the U20 level like they're doing on the men's side. I think it's a great idea. I hope it happens soon.
We're off and running in period number 2 with Dave Starman and Julie Stewart-Binks. I'm David Korzanowski. Emily Clark's goal at 6:15 in the first is the difference so far. Assist went to Katerina Mrazova. It's New York who controls the puck to start the period, but sent just past the blue line, so an island person has to hammer it in deep. Shots were 10-9 Ottawa in the first. New York 0 for 2 on the power play. Both goalies made some spectacular saves. As it settled down and tossed in the zone onside, but thrown out quickly by Brianne Jenner.
New York's going to be shorthanded here.
Bourbonnais to Carpenter. And our first penalty of period number 2 in the first against New York.
Wait a minute, I might have misspoke. Hold on a second. This might be Ottawa. All right, this is an interesting penalty. Eldridge came together with one of Ottawa's players, and it looks like it's Mrazova. So they came together in front of the bench. The end of it that I saw was the New York player taking the stick of the Ottawa player and throwing it away. I thought that was the penalty. You can't do that. But apparently that call was made before the stick toss happened.
Carla McLeod, pretty strong poker face. Doesn't seem too pleased, but not too demonstrative either. This power play is brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towels. Third chance for New York on the woman advantage. A big shot from the right circle. Saved by Mashmeyer, her first of the period. Eldridge throws it in front. It's loose. Rock tries to get a stick on it. And Fillier goes back to Zandy Hart. That one's high. Carpenter gets to the corner. Back to Eldridge. New York still applying pressure. Looking to the slot and intercepted. Nice job by Eldridge to keep it. Fillier looking in front. And it's tipped away. Behind goal now. Fillier has it. To the top. Zandy Hart throws it in, and it hits off the body. Savannah Harmon stepping in front of it. Hammered to the outside, and this will go all the way around the boards and cleared. Rock trying to shield off Emily Clark, the goal scorer.
I love the passion Rock is playing with. Put herself in front of the net, really invested, played hard, got her stick on a couple of pucks. She's calling for pucks like crazy.
This is Bourbonnais. As Rock's shift on the power play has ended. This is the second unit out there for New York. 2-on-2 the other way. Stripped by Downey Landry. Tried to toss it off the boards to herself. Slowed down for a moment. Now she gets back to it. Bourbonnais with a power play goal against Toronto is out there for New York. Downey Landry has it saved by Mashmeyer. Let's talk a little more about Abby Rock. Fantastic college career at Wisconsin. Finished top 10 in program history in points and game-winning goals. Won a national championship in 2019.
Remember her skating around the backyard rink at her dad Jim Walk's house when he was the coach at Lake Superior State, where he did a great job for a number of years. Now scouting at the National Hockey League level for Toronto. Those coaches' kids, I'm telling you, they bring something different.
Rock also the first Indigenous person to ever play for the U.S. national team.
We talk about hockey's for everyone, right? It is amazing how many barriers this game has broken down regarding race, ethnicity, religion, whatever. It has become a game for everyone, and it gets proven on a daily basis at the youth, junior, college, and pro level.
New York can't convert on the power play once again. They dropped to 0 for 3. 2 shots on the most recent power play. Here's a 2-on-1. Tossed over to Toulouche, but it's intercepted. Ottawa's done a nice job in recovery. Again, getting in front of these passes. This is Vanasova across the goal mouth, and Schroeder steers it wide. Oh, they score! Meixner from the top of the left wing circle. Schroeder was trying to get her bearings back. Ottawa doubles the lead.
Oh, this is a schlemazel of all time in front of the net. What a mess. But Ottawa makes a real nice play to get in here. They throw a puck to the front of the net. Here comes the collision in front. Just keep your eye on the net right here. It's everybody trying to sort out, get up, get out. While that was all happening, Ottawa recovered a puck and just threw it to the front of the net, safe and simple. Watch the collision. And it is a collision by a New York defender on their goaltender without being pushed in. That's why there's no goalie interference here. If you're thinking about, hey, she was pushed in, I don't think so. Neither did the officials. New York is taking a look at it as to whether or not they're going to challenge this. The officials are talking to Greg Fargo right now. I don't think he's going to challenge it, nor do I think he should. Because that was all the New York defender smashing in to her own goalie, and Ottawa just threw a puck to the front of the net and had eyes.
The whistle blows, so I think you're right. Greg Fargo is going to keep that challenge in his pocket. The only thing he could possibly challenge there is goaltender interference and argue that Ottawa pushed Rosenthal into Schroeder. But I agree. I think it was Rosenthal in retreat and Schroeder just out of sorts. An odd goal, and Ottawa will take it.
Well, take a look at it again, and you can make the decision for yourself. Here's the throw to the front of the net. There's the play to the front of the net. There was really no force to me exhibited by Skimura. And as the puck is thrown to the front of the net, Simpson tries to play it, and unfortunately taps it right past the goaltenders. And that's one of those goals where if you're the head coach on the bench, you look down the bench and say, okay, you know what? That happens. Let's just go play. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Gang, just play.
So number 26 and number 27 in white have scored today. Emily Clark at 6:15 of the first, then Cheyenne Darkangelo.
If New York, it's a good thing they don't have a 28.
Yeah. Have to skip all the way to 37 if you're going numerically. So maybe New York gets a breather for a moment. It's Darkangelo's second goal of the year. She scored against her former team, Boston, back on December 17th. Darkangelo has been playing pro for over 7 seasons, won 2 Isabel Cups in the PHF, was the captain of the Toronto Six.
I'll tell you what, if you're a young boy or girl watching this game and you want to keep an eye on how to be a good defensive center, Rock would be one example. Darkangelo would be another one. Really, really good in front of the net. Really, really good at jumping into hot spots if the Ds tend to wander to be aggressive in terms of puck pursuit. I like the way she reads off the puck in her own end.
She's played at the World Championships once, won a gold in 2016. Played her college hockey at Quinnipiac and Syracuse. She finished up with the Bobcats in her final 2 college seasons. New York finds themselves down by 2. We talked at the top of the broadcast how New York has come back from 3-goal deficits multiple times, but they hoped they wouldn't find themselves trailing.
Yeah, they got Ottawa right where they want them.
We'll see if they can turn it on here just under 5 minutes into the second period. New York setting up shop now. Bourbonnais tosses it in front. Smacked down between the circles by Savannah Harmon. Harmon breaks it out to Hughes, who taps it ahead to the neutral zone. Here's Serdachny fighting, and she wins the puck back with ease.
That's her game right there. That's why she pops.
Turnover. And Fecto has a chance. Amy Fecto, rookie 6th round pick in the 2024 draft. Here's Meixner. Rock throws it back down deep. McMahon outlets to Serdachny, who taps, so no icing.
Serdachny has just got a dog-on-bone mentality. When the puck's anywhere near her, she's going to make sure it's her puck.
Head coach Carla McLeod said, wants to see her shoot more. She has such a good shot and is such a skilled offensive player. That's one thing the coaching staff has been hammering with 92 in white.
I will tell you this. I have yet to meet a coach that has yet to see a player and say, I'd like to see them shoot more. I've never heard a coach say, I'd like to see them shoot less.
Right.
But with a player like Serdachny with that big, hard shot, yeah, you want to. And she brought up a story about how Serdachny was in a 2-on-1 at the World Championships a few years back with Marie-Philippe Poulin. And instead of deferring to Poulin, she sniped one and went top shelf. And Coach McLeod said, hey, I'd like to see you do that more. Don't defer. Shoot the puck when you can. And there have been at least 4 rushes in this game, rushes with numbers in this game, and none of them resulted in a shot. So there's a lot of deferring going on. And when you get an odd person rush, shoot the puck.
Hobson shoots the puck, and it's punched away by Maschmeyer. Maschmeyer pitching a shutout so far. She's made 13 saves. Had over 40 in a game earlier this year against Montreal. Another one tossed in that's blocked by Teralova. Here's Tolos. Nice pass back to Hobson. Hobson can't get a good shot off. Left the puck behind her. Savalainen now along the boards. Ottawa clears. They try to break out a possible 2-on-1, but backtracking and unable to settle things down was Leslie. Leslie has the puck now. Pass across the goal mouth, stripped. Nice aggressive play by Mrazova.
Hobson also knew she was drifting into dangerous area and under attack, so she kept trying to move the puck and her body with it into soft ice to protect it.
Stepping up now, shot, and it's blocked. Clark, second chance. Oh, they scored! No. 3-0 Ottawa.
Mrazova gets the goal, but it all starts with that one battle that we were just referring to a moment ago when the puck drifted into bad ice, and then she just jumps all over it, moves the puck towards the middle. Then Ottawa with 3 on the left wing side. New York got caught really flat-footed coming off of the initial. Look at Ottawa with the push that they put on. We had a lot of New York defenders tied up in front, not really covering anybody, and Ottawa wins a race to a loose puck and fires it home.
2 more goals from the Charge in period number 2. Cheyenne D'Arcangelo on a wacky play. Then Katarina Mrazova to make it 3-zip Charge.
Welcome back to The Rock. In the second period, Ottawa leads 3-0 over New York. I'm joined now by Sirens head coach Greg Fargo. You told us before the game this team knows how to come back because you've done it before. So in what way do you draw on those past experiences to do the same thing here?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a short season up to this point, and we've found ourselves in this hole too often. And, you know, although we've been able to come back, it's a tough recipe to try and replicate. So hopefully we've got something, some kind of an answer for it. But big picture, we got to have better starts to the game.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
One thing that prevents good starts to games is when your opponent is constantly putting your defender's face into the windshields and putting pucks down low behind them. And Ottawa was really good at that early on in this game. Pucks were deep, forecheck was established, and didn't allow New York to connect all 3 zones coming out of it.
Head coach Carla McLeod of the Charge told us before the game, said we want to be the best team 5-on-5. We don't want to have to rely on special teams. She also hammered the importance of physicality. Safe to say Ottawa has done both here today. Big shot from Skamura. It goes all the way back and out of the zone.
You know, to accentuate your point, she wanted to be the best team 5-on-5, but they've been the better team 4-on-5. And to me, that's the difference in the game.
Yeah. Killed 3 penalties successfully. Ottawa with the most penalty minutes in the league heading into this game, and they add 6 more so far. Becto's going to circle back towards the logo and then throw it on the left side boards. Shots just about even in this one. This is icing, and Ottawa will have another ozone face-off.
Carla McLeod is one of those coaches that just loves to think the game, loves to work the game, loves to invest in the game. And last year she talked a lot about when she coaches the Czech national team, players rely on a little bit more structure in the European model, and she wants to see a nice combination of free flow and structure. She goes, I have a lot of players on my team that just want a little bit of a frame to play in to increase their confidence of the parameters they want to stay in to be more effective.
She did talk a lot with us about structure. She also said she wants her players to make a read, to go and play within the flow of the game and trust their instincts as well. Here's a breakaway chance for Vanasova. All alone. She shoots. Oh, it's just wide. An arm is raised. See if this goes against New York. A great chance for Teresa Vanasova.
Of the 11 goals that Ottawa scored coming into this game, 2 of them are on breakaways, and a lot of them look like this. And even last year, they had that same concept. They were one of those teams that really had an ability to stretch the rink with their speed and their D's ability to move pucks up effectively. This becomes a 1-on-2. There you see the takedown as Ottawa stretches the rink a bit and creates a power play off a good chance.
This power play is brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towels. 4th of the game and first power play for Ottawa. First time we see the New York penalty kill as well. The 4 players out there were on the ice when the penalty was committed. Ottawa has scored only 2 power play goals this year on 12 chances. Jenner goes back to Snodgrass. Jenner, the captain, tries to find Mrazova between the circles. Mrazova has it again. Left wing circle in deep. She goes back to Teralova. Teralova, big shot, and Schroeder makes the save. Vanasova hunting for a goal right now.
There's a huge bullet dodge by New York because Gabby Rosenthal took the face-off. She takes straws, but not high volume.
Now they have their true penalty killers out there. Rock takes the face-off and loses it. Teralova has it at the right point. Big shot, that one off the glass as Vanasova shot it once again.
What a cannon that was.
How about another? Vanasova faking the shot, and it's stripped by Nyland Person. New York with a clear, and the fans like it. 1:10 left on the woman advantage. Trying to crash in front for a shorthanded opportunity was Levis. Levis behind the play now as Ottawa crosses the red line. Skamura to the outside. Skamura defended by Hobson. Throws on the brakes quickly, goes back to Harmon up top. Serdachny now, watch out. 2nd overall pick in the draft. Danielle Serdachny tries to shoot. It's loose in front, and Schroeder covers up.
So you always want a real good entry with possession on a power play. This one was even made even better because New York had a player trapped. So look at the entry coming up the ice. Here comes Ottawa. Look at the gap here. Stop it right here. That's a really soft gap. So, and the reason it is because this is coming from behind into the zone. Roll it through. Ottawa able to gain wide. They've got numbers on the advantage, and they're able to take a puck deep and get into structure. If you get somebody trapped up ice, forechecking out a PK, then your gaps have to get a little softer because numbers are going to be against you.
Corrine Schroeder up to 12 saves as New York tries to finish off this penalty kill. 35 seconds left on Ottawa's advantage. Puck stood still in the corner. Comes loose. Stepping up now. Serdachny wide open. Serdachny looking to shoot. Couldn't get a clean shot off. And Harmon goes right back to Serdachny. Serdachny steps up. Sauces it across to Skamura. Skamura back to Harmon. Harmon to Skamura. To Serdachny. Stepping up. She shoots and it's blocked in front. Harmon again. She'll shoot wide. Back to full strength. And these penalty kills are a combined 4 for 4. Lindsay Rose, a nice move to keep it in. Simpson tries to shovel it out. Rose makes it difficult. This is Bourbonnais. Bourbonnais to the trailer. A shot. What a save by Maschmeyer. What happened on this breakaway?
Oh, Bourbonnais with a really good read here. Stop it right here. This player here is covered. Fillier has already got separation, so when Bourbonnais squares, she can either pop it off the pads, or she knows she's got some space to throw it into, clear it, put the puck right on Fillier's stick, who was able to jump the shark, get ahead of Jincy Rose. and get a great rush to the net. Tremendous read by Bourbonnais to create it.
Even better save by Mashmeyer on one of the best opportunities for New York. Here's a chance for Ottawa, but a nice job by Nyland Person. Wow, came back and stripped Clark, who was looking for a second goal. Jenner quickly regains the zone, passes to Snodgrass. Snodgrass to the corner. Looks behind for Mrazova. Ottawa has added 2 goals here in the second period after a goal at 6:15 in the first. New York keeping pace in shots, but Ottawa has had much more of the puck. In front, it's popped up. It's still loose. It's off the post, and Schroeder can't cover it up. It leaks behind goal.
And that'll be a penalty. I think that is going to be clearing the puck out of play against New York. I think it's going to be a delay game. That went clean out, and New York will be shorthanded.
The Ottawa bench reacted immediately after, and Gabby Rosenthal will sit for 2.
Schroeder made a really good play on that centering pass by turning her stick over and popping that puck out of danger. She keeps her stick tight to her pads. That might get tipped in. So nice read by Schroeder, good active stick.
Once again, this power play is brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towels. Second power play of the day for Ottawa.
Love it, Giguère. Face off, get off. Take the face off, won it, sprints right to the bench. Here comes the PKers.
This is Bell. Bell leaves it behind. Here's a shot blocked. What a nice job by Hobson. Slid down to block the chance, and New York's able to clear once again. Rock getting tricky with it. Goes 1-on-4. Ottawa takes the puck away.
Came a 1-on-5. You don't see that very often.
Once again, Abby Rock making some winning plays. New York thinking jailbreak here. Serdachny has other ideas. Serdachny down the right side. Throws it across. Here's a shot in high. Harmon with a good look at it. Stepping up, Jenner. Jenner to the slot. And it's through Vanashova. Halfway done with Ottawa's second power play of the afternoon. They had 2 shots on their last power play. They've had a couple good looks here despite New York clearing 3 times. Now Vanashova slammed into the boards, but Ottawa keeps it. Teralova over to Jenner. Jenner stepping up, circling back. Teralova, big shot, wide. Clark, back to Teralova. Clark, moving up. Clark throws it off the pad of Schroeder. Just over 20 seconds left on Ottawa's power play. Jenner, the captain, will slow things down and move it to her left. Back to Teralova. Teralova, 2-time bronze medalist with Team Czechia at the World Championships. Vanashova winds up and another big block. That was Saunier. Teralova tried to keep it in, but we got a whistle.
Great block by Saunier, and she winds up creating what potentially to be a power play. Here comes Serdachny in white. Goes wide, gets outside the dot lane, realizes that the defender's position will not allow her to get outside the edge and go to the net. So she throws that pass cross, has great vision. Saunier with a great block, starts to take off, and there you see the trip. So we will be 4-on-4 for a second, and then New York will be on the power play. Starting off, Ottawa with their power players killing a penalty. That should be unique.
We've got 4 penalties here in the second period after 2 penalties in the first. Out of the box is Rosenthal. She quickly skates to the bench. New York now sets up on the power play for the 4th time today.
Yep, there's Ottawa. Quick change with the forwards.
Fillier moving through. Fillier had a golden chance on a feed from Bourbonnais just a couple minutes ago. Zandy Hart finds Hobson. Hobson tosses it deep. Eldridge, cross ice. Tipped away for a moment by Bell. Rock now deep in the corner to Fillier. To the captain, Zandy Hart. Micah Zandy Hart leaves it for Alex Carpenter. She's been quiet today. Eldridge. Fillier. First overall pick surveys, passes to her left. Zandy Hart shoots. Rebound chance covered up by Mashmeyer. Mashmeyer doesn't like the traffic in front, and Rock is thrown into the boards by a couple of charge.
Mashmeyer with a big save. New York moved the puck around pretty well. The chance they get, though, comes from outside the dot. Probably wasn't a higher percentage chance. They almost had one set up a moment ago. Fillier is a right-handed shot who plays on the left flank. She dropped in just under the dot and out of passing range for a backdoor play. She probably jumped down about a second before she should have, or else New York would have had a great chance.
New York wins the face-off on the power play. This is Toulouche. Third-round pick from the Swedish Professional League. She shoots, and another save, Mashmeyer.
She looked like she was skating around in a scrimmage. Nobody went anywhere near her.
Downey Landry from the left point to Bourbonnais. Downey Landry creeping up, makes a move, tosses it in front, puck is up, it's loose. Behind goal now. Toulouche shoots through traffic, and it goes up into the netting with 1:08 left in the period.
Jade Downey Landry has become, in my opinion, like the unsung hero of New York's team. She just makes play after play after play on the offensive side. It's created some big goals for this team this year, created some big plays for this team this year. Real good poise of the puck, real good vision, plays like a veteran, and she is dynamite on that second power play unit.
According to our live stats, she's tied for the team lead in shots with 3 here this afternoon. Rock. Looking deep for Fillier. Back to Rock. Under a minute left in the period. 20 seconds left on the power play. Zandy Hart tosses it in. It goes wide. Might have been deflected.
Great tip by Carpenter.
Eldridge with it. Ottawa tries to break it out the other way. Moving forward, Leslie. But a nice job by Zandy Hart to make sure no chance at a jailbreak. Rock now with a head of steam. Moves to her right. Rock still with it. Shoots off angle. What a save. Mashmeyer make it another. And to the corner it goes once again. Thrown towards goal. But Ottawa settles it down and breaks it out. That does it for New York's 4th power play of the game. Vanishova, what a move. Backhand pass, but Carpenter's there.
Carpenter had a little bit of a fumble at the line to allow that rush to start. She was at the end of a shift, and she put the afterburners on to break up the second play. And that's what your veteran leaders do. You don't make the first play, get back involved to make the second play, and she saved the goal.
A penalty-heavy second period sees 2 more Ottawa goals, both in 5-on-5. It's the visiting Ottawa Charge who are eyeing their second regulation win. They lead by 3 as we make the turn for the third period.
What they're doing right now, one of the line people are moving the pucks around behind the net. Ottawa, I think, complained that it might be a little wet behind the net and potentially the need for a squeegee to come out to move some of the water. If there's too much water behind the net or down low in the defensive zone, you could be skating with the puck and the puck will just stick to the ice. So you'll keep going, but the puck won't. You'll wind up in the back of your net pretty quick.
Carpenter and Mrazova take the opening faceoff of the third. New York wins, and we are underway in the final 20 minutes of regulation. Goals from Emily Clark, Cheyenne Darkangelo, and Katerina Mrazova are the scores in this one. New York has been held off the board. Here's Fillier. Oh, what a snipe! Top corner, first shot of the third, and New York has life. It's 3-1.
I'll tell you what, I think the ice is just fine down low. Fillier with a really nice play here. Picks up on the loose puck and then just drives it in. There's probably 15 players in the league that can make that shot. I mean, that is just perfect. Picks it up, gets into good ice, drives quick. Look at New York with numbers on that right wing side. Harche with a nice pass. Emirates goes down a little early. Fillier knows she's got the top of the net short side, and bullseye.
Heading into last game against Minnesota, leading scorer in the league, Sarah Fillier. Didn't have a point against the Frost, but now adds another goal. Make it 3 on the year. 8 points in her rookie season. And how about the assist from Hartje? There's a breakaway for Ottawa. They try to respond. Serdachny leaves it across, but it goes all the way through and past Skamura to finish up that point on Hartje. 2 assists last time out against Minnesota. Another assist here today. That's 3 points in her last 2 games for another rookie. Big turnover. Skamura shoots. Loose rebound. Schroeder tried to cover up and couldn't. Stepping up now, Markowski off of the pad of Schroeder. This is a lot like how we started the first period. A lot of action out of the gate.
And an excellent response by Ottawa to the goal.
Loose in the neutral zone.
I'm telling you, those shifts after goals, you got to go grab them. Whether it's goals for or especially goals against. That next shift is big, especially for your bench. And when you get scored on early, you got to stabilize the game quick. And Ottawa did that. And Schroeder gave up a really big fat rebound that Ottawa almost converted.
It's one thing to come out with energy after you've surrendered a goal. What else do you look to see from players, Dave?
You want to see every player dialed in on the puck. You want to see passes crisp. You want to see pucks north.
There's a shot from Hobson wide.
You want to see a threat to the net. You want to see possession. Like the bottom line is, you get scored on, puck shouldn't get anywhere near your net for a couple of minutes.
Carpenter in close. And the post sealed off by Maschmeyer. Wasn't going to get beaten on that side twice.
That's a harder save than it looks because Carpenter's coming in on her off wing, so she wanted to drag Maschmeyer off the post to see if she could sneak it in short side. Maschmeyer, to me, is the best goalie in the league at holding her post and then exploding off it.
Already 3 shots here in the third period, and the building has a little bit more life and energy following Sarah Fillier's goal. It comes 23 seconds into the third. Assists from Hartje and Carpenter.
Carbon copy of Carpenter's goal that tied the game 3-3 against Minnesota, just from the opposite side.
Exactly right. Took advantage of a turnover last week as Chloe Arar comes away with the puck and tosses to Nyland Person. Redirected. Oh, that was a beautiful chance. Nice job by Rosenthal to send it in on Maschmeyer. Trying to round the corner is Clark. She's played well today. Had the first goal back at 6:15 of the first. Karolova from an off angle. Puck pops up. And nice job by Fecto guarding that far post.
Little puck luck for New York. They didn't have it on a couple of goals in today's game. They got it there.
Nyland Person all alone on the right side. Rest of the team changing.
Is it me or did it just get brighter in here? Did you notice that?
I feel like it did, yeah. Those are those 3 o'clock lights coming on as we cross into the third hour of the game. Loose in front once again. Serdachny in on the mix, but the teal jerseys take it away. Simpson racing for it to the corner. She wins the battle. Eldridge throws it in from an off angle. In front now. Here's a shot just wide. Abby Rock nearly had her second of the season.
And I love how Simpson, 20 in green, stayed in the fight down low as a defender instead of retreating.
Eldridge, another chance for New York. Maschmeyer's not going to take any chances. They crash into goal. And the team's pushing and shoving after the whistle. Just over 4 minutes gone in the third. The number 1 overall pick in the 2024 draft has found the back of the net for the 3rd time this year. Went to college at Princeton from Ontario, and she has been fantastic to start her professional career.
Yeah, she kind of corralled a hot puck. And what a shot. Now, Maschmeyer, a lot of goalies in that situation may default early and start to go down a little quick. Maschmeyer actually stayed up a little longer than I thought she did, which is real good goaltending discipline because you're almost defaulting to go down on anything underneath the tops of the circles, especially from bad angles. That was just perfect. But most really good shooters know that if they're going to take a dead angle shot, especially on their wing, top of the net's going to be open short side.
Chance for Ottawa the other way, and a save by Schroeder.
Ottawa's got a little bite in their game, and this game's getting a little testy. And Ottawa has taken the message of compete to a level where I think their head coach, Carla McLeod, is probably pretty happy with. They have been in New York's face. They have been aggressive. They have played with a lot of bite and a lot of snarl.
McMahon with an extra push against Saunier, who tried to run her down after the play and let her know how she felt.
And man, look at the smile.
And we've seen
as Ottawa skates away. Right, that's the cat that ate the canary look right there.
Knows exactly what she's doing. These teams have been pushing and shoving a little bit since probably midway through the second. I know Abby Rock had a couple extracurricular conversations, we'll call them, with the charge on the other side. And in this league, you're going to see every single team 6 times. 3 times at home, 3 times on the road. This is just the first matchup of the year between these two.
It's like the old original 6 NHL days, right? You know you're going to see a team probably no more than a week later.
By the end of the year, you really don't like most of them. Big hit along the end boards, and Ottawa tries to break it out. New York with some pep in their step here in the third. And their first goal of the game scored 23 seconds into the frame from Sarah Fillier. Fillier rifles another across the blue paint, and Simpson has it at the right point. She's blocked by Meixner. Meixner unable to clear. We'll move over to Rose. D'Arcangelo now. This is Simpson. A lot of space. Big shot and a save. Mashmeyer sandwiched it between the legs. And she's up close to 25 saves in this one.
So, Dave, you remember back in the old days of the National Hockey League when the teams played more interdivision and created a lot of those rivalries. That's what I like a lot about this league. I wonder your thoughts on, with 6 teams, the amount of times they see each other. Good for the league? Good for the rivalry?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think bad blood, to an extent, is a good thing. You want rivalries. I think of Boston and Montreal, right? They played a fantastic playoff series last year. 3 of the games went to overtime, a couple to double and triple. Loose in front. Here's a chance as Rock is stood up on the doorstep. But I think the more of those rivalries that you can cultivate by playing teams 5, 6, maybe more times as the schedule expands, the better.
Oh, 100%. Now, I remember my days in the American League in the early 90s when you played teams in your divisions. We play them about 18 times a year for travel reasons. It was like about hatred.
Right, that's a little much, as Jenner makes a nice move. Tried to sneak it 5-hole, but it goes wide. Now Levis the other way. She's just going to throw it in deep, and New York will go for a wholesale change.
I was with the Baltimore Skipjacks, and we figured at least once a week you were going to wind up playing the Hershey Bears. You just knew. If you hadn't seen them in 10 days, you started to worry if they were still in the league.
Separation anxiety there, right?
Right.
We've got a good one brewing here in the third. Ottawa led 3-0, but New York looks revitalized here in the final frame. Can they mount another comeback?
You know what New York has gotten in these early parts of the third that they weren't getting a ton of all game long, and that is really good grade A's with pucks coming off the wall to the front of the net. They've gotten some space. They've taken advantage of it.
This is the captain, Zandy Hart, all alone. Had it poked away by Jinxie Rose. Rose so good on the defensive end. Also has got a monster shot. Loose in front. Big save by Mashmeyer.
Another example right there.
That was Hartje on the left side. Carpenter had a chance at the rebound as well. Picked up on the other end by Simpson.
You know, sometimes apples don't fall far from the tree, and Hartje plays a lot like her dad did.
Hartje from Detroit, Michigan, 5th-round pick out of Yale.
I watched Todd put up a lot of points with the Moncton Hawks in the early 90s. Just a super skilled little player, put a ton of energy.
This is Saunier. Pardon me, Savalainen. From Helsinki, Finland. 2 Olympic bronze medals. Simpson now has it. Tries a pass up ahead for Rock. Rock's going to chase. Lays a hit on Teralova. Under 12 minutes to go. Free-flowing action here in the third period. After 4 penalties in the second, we have had some uninterrupted hockey here in the third. Vanishova looking deep to the corner. New York trying to win it back. They've done a good job winning these battles after Ottawa dictated much of the pace and possession of the first 2 periods. Here's Rock. Rock enters. On the right side, taking her time. She'll tee up. It's high. Kept in by Zandy Hart, who got on her horse to get to the blue line.
That's one of those shots where the goalie, you hear it whistle past your ears.
Bourbonnais tried to step through, but it was poked away. Back and forth in the neutral zone now. The captain picks it up. Long shift for Zandy Hart. Downey Landry couldn't keep it. But Tolosh is there. Still Zandy Hart out there. Downey Landry into the corner. Pushed up against the glass by Snodgrass. Loses an edge, quickly back up. Leslie.
The way Downey Landry, 27 and green, quickly gets above the puck in those 50-50 battles. Remember I talked about her kind of being an unsung hero?
Yep.
That's why. It's the little details in her game that make her so effective, and she's always in the right place to make a right play.
Downey Landry breaks it out once again. Looks up ahead to Giguère. Now Ottawa with some movement. Snodgrass on the right side. Well defended by Hobson. Picking it up is Hartje. Hartje's been all over the place here in the third as well. This is D'Arcangelo.
New York's getting a lot of energy from their energy lines. Like that's been a big factor here early.
We've got at least 5 minutes without a whistle or a face-off. Sent down deep, lofted in by Giguère.
What's interesting is when that happens, benches tend to get very quiet. When you get a lot of stops and whistles, you get a lot of chatter potentially between coaches and players, coaches and coaches. When you get flow like this, there's not a lot of talking. There's just a lot of focus because the next line change up matters. Everybody's got to be aware and awake.
Nice hit by Zandy Hart, but looks like she's going to go to the box for it. Sarah Fillier has New York on the board. Ottawa will go to the woman advantage when we return. We got a good one brewing here at the Brew. We'll be back after this. Rosenthal gets tossed from the face-off circle. Downey Landry will take it in her place. Won by Ottawa as they set up shop. No power play goals for either side in this one. Ottawa as a team is 2 for 14 on the season. In between the circles, New York able to break it out. Downey Landry skating up ahead. Slammed into the boards by Vanishova. Wasn't going to let her get past and a chance at goal. Ottawa regroups. Teralova crosses the red line. Takes a hit from Rock. Both of them fall over. Vanishova somehow keeps it in. Drifts to the far side boards. She falls down with Peyton Levis. Body sprawled on the ice here as they fight for it hard. Rock looking around for it. So is Levis. Finally, it comes loose. Vanishova, a nice pass. Jenner back to Vanishova. Extra feed, and it's through the legs of Harmon.
I'm gonna think that Vanishova didn't have a lane to the net, or else she would have shot that. She's a pure shooter. I think she would have ripped it if she thought she could get it to net.
Vanishova has had 3 shots here today. New York able to clear with 30 seconds left on the Ottawa advantage. Harmon goes to the opposite end to Serdachny. Moving forward, circle to circle. Rose can't settle it down.
Oh, and Gabby Hughes got away with it.
Here's Alex Carpenter. Carpenter backhand is wide.
It would have been poetic justice if she got it. She got interfered with by Gabby Hughes, who knocked her down away from the play, and Ottawa got away with one.
We're back to full strength. These teams are combined 0 for 7 on the power play. No shots for the Charge in the last 2 minutes. Bourbonnais plays it off the end boards over to Fillier. Check that, it's Simpson who moves up. Foot race here for Rosenthal. Now Adolfsson. And Bell. Bell loses it. Pressured by Arar. This is Fekta. Rock has some space on the left side. Rock creeping in, backhand feed, and it's through the stick of Chloe Arar.
So you're starting to hit that point now where with New York, you're about 6.5, you need 2. Everything is a 50-50. It's got to be numbers on the puck. If it's a one-on-one on the corner, it's got to be a 2-on-1 on the corner. Everywhere you can get above a puck with numbers, you need to, because you need to come out with possession.
Rock lost a glove, playing without a glove on her left hand right now. Tossed in, loose, Mashmeyer able to cover up. New York has been knocking at the door, a successful kill. Alex Carpenter nearly with a jailbreak goal on this backhand chance. It's 3-1 Ottawa, 6 minutes left. Ottawa as New York wins a quick faceoff and has a couple chances, but the Charge able to block those shots. Here comes Jenner the other way. Jenner has it taken away by Harchie. Back in front. Backhanded shot saved by Schroeder. Mrazova with a good look.
Hey, give Schroeder credit. She shook off a couple of goals, that one of which for sure she would like to have back, and has been a brick wall since.
Yeah, that collision goal was tough. The Ottawa Charge are back at home following an extended road trip on January 11th at 2 p.m. for Minor Hockey Day. Join the team and celebrate an amazing hockey community. Limited tickets are available. Get yours today at ottawacharge.com/tickets. Emmerance Mashmeyer, the 30-year-old goalie, making her case to be a top 3 star of the game as Rock enters the zone on the left side. Spinning around, Abby Rock with a nifty play. Tries to tuck it in on the left side. Eldridge had a look at it, but a nice defensive play by Skamura. New York has trailed by as many as 3. Ottawa took the lead 6 minutes into the first, added 2 more in the second. The only goal in the third from the first overall pick, Sarah Fillier of the Sirens. Eldridge nudges it out, and it's taken away by Rose. We've talked about her a little bit, Dave, but I feel like Jinsey Rose is quietly having a really good game here today.
Yeah, you know what's interesting with Jinsey Rose? She doesn't really have bad games. Some games are more demonstrative, and other games are just more silent killer. Today's been one of those silent killer games for her.
Ohio State Buckeye, 2-time first-team All-American, and 2-time WCHA Defender of the Year. Let's get a look at Emmerance Mashmeyer. Career has been outstanding. How about over 2,500 saves at Harvard? That is over 400 more than second place.
She's got the new EM38 brand out. It's on a little clothing in her spare time.
From Alberta. She was the 7th overall pick back in the 2015 NWHL draft, drafted by Boston, where she spent her college career. And she has had an outstanding tenure, now turning the page from some of those previous professional leagues to the PWHL. Played in 23 of Ottawa's 24 games last season.
Harvard was a juggernaut for a good long time on the women's side. Then in Minnesota Duluth. In the OO's, tremendous rivalry with women's college hockey.
They won a national championship. There's a chance for Rebecca Leslie, but she has to drift to the corner, lost the bouncing puck.
Those early days were the days of Angela Ruggiero and Jennifer Ramundi, and boy, did Harvard have some teams.
Playing at the Bright Landry Hockey Center in Cambridge, Mass.
Which recently renovated, I'm sure you've seen.
Absolutely. Here's Meixner. Meixner all alone, tried to get a pass over to Teralova.
Shoot the puck. You got the game. You can seal it, shoot the puck, put it off the pad, do anything. Yeah. Make the goalie make a stop.
The captain, Zandy Hart. Lolly pops it to the red line.
Any rush with numbers has to finish in a shot.
Mrazova tries to do just that, serving it over to Vanisova. She goes to the corner. Nice hustle by Harmon to keep it in at the left point. Puck pops up off of the glass and picked up by Harchie. 3 minutes left. Ottawa leads by 2. New York with a sense of urgency here. They had it coming out of the gate to start the third period. Found their only goal 23 seconds in to period number 3. Clark sandwiched by Nyland Person.
Keep an eye on the net. See when they get Schroeder out. There she goes.
Empty net. And it'll be Rosenthal who skates on. Quickly taken away by Ottawa, though. This could be trouble. Rose drifts to the right side, looking toward goal. Rose keeps it, passes it over. They fend on it. And Rock pulls it to her forehand. Tosses it back behind goal. Looks like Clark, who had the chance, on the feed from Rose. Levis moving it along. Taken away by Markowski. New York needs the puck. 2 minutes to go. And this will hop out of play and bring us to our final break.
Now here's something unique for New York. They got the break in for the commercial break. Another 2 seconds, that commercial break goes away. So New York basically can play their top 10 best players well rested the rest of the game because they also have a timeout. So that was 2 timeouts that they picked up in the last 2 minutes for fresh bodies.
See if they can enter the O-zone as Schroeder once again makes her sprint over to the bench.
The negative was the face-off was at center ice, so it had to start 5-on-5.
Here's Rock. Rock looking for an angle to shoot. Instead passes to Eldridge, creeping in. She shoots traffic. Mashmeyer, another save.
Eldridge playing up high in the offensive zone. To me, she is one of the players in this league, and there's not a ton of them around hockey in general, but she is one of the players that can score from distance. Now, that wasn't necessarily shooting to score, even though she elevated the puck a little bit.
And if you're Ottawa, I mean, I've seen a lot of these players just basically between the circles trying to pack it in, make for as little space in close to goal as possible.
But don't forget, if you're packing in, you got to have a good stick, heels to cage, and be engaged with whoever your check is. It looks like they're going to go backwards here.
Rock wins the face-off, back to Zandy Hart. Eldridge now tries to corral it on the near side boards. Moved over to Harchie, back to Eldridge. Eldridge looking toward the slot. Oh, what a save by Mashmeyer. Extra chance and another pad save. Harchie on the doorstep is denied by 38 and white.
Somebody check the salary cap to see if he can give somebody a raise here. Holy smokes, what a stop.
Rock reaches out, can't keep it. Full head of steam, Jenner. Jenner tries to get to the puck. Valuable seconds ticking off the clock. What a golden opportunity that just might seal this one. Running down now, Harchie. Villiers. Puck pops up, loose between the circles. Zandy Hart looking to goal, and it's blocked to the corner. Under 30 seconds to go. Once again blocked. This is just going to be thrown down. Pardon me, Rose has it stood up. Squirts out to Fillier. Tried to wrap around. And it's off of Mashmeyer's right pad. Rock off of the boards. That will do it. Ottawa gets their second regulation win of the season. Next PWHL game is Tuesday as Ottawa visits Toronto at 7 p.m. Eastern. For our ringside reporter, Julie Stewart-Binks, my broadcast partner, Dave Starman, and our director, Pete Toma, producer, Andy Bach, I'm David Korzanowski saying so long from Newark, and Happy New Year, everyone.